is banning.
The falling stars brought us here.
May the blood of my enemies flow from my spear.
"3,000 worlds, and not a single worthy foe."
Time to drop the
Your
beat
team
of the
is
flash.
banning.
I will choose my
The
own
enemy
path.
is picking.
Come and join me in
Please
my
pick a
dream
hero.
world.
The southern seas are my domain.
It's my
The enemy
way or
is
the
picking.
highway.
I shall succumb to my foe.
Please pick a hero.
Set me on fire and I'll...
This land is our homeland, and it will soon be your burial ground. For honor!
The enemy is picking.
Come on, Dexter. It's our showtime.
Sir, what's your command?
Please pick a hero.
Kill all at once.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
One day, I'll return to the lab and burn it to the ground. Too slow. One man, one sword, same goal. sword before you see me. Watch your head. For 10 years, I have sharpened my sword for this moment.
An ally has been slain.
Another one.
Slain an enemy. Gather up the turtle.
One day, I'll return to the lab and burn it to the ground. True warriors act, rather than acted upon. Too slow.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has slain the turtle. Hey, not bad.
The heart of a warrior never forgets.
Initiate retreat. Is not ready. Has been slain. Initiate retreat.
I'm a man with sad stories.
Ult is not ready.
Distort my memories all you want.
Launch
My
attack.
will stays strong. True warriors act, rather than acted upon. You
Launch
shall see my
attack.
sword before you see me.
Launch attack.
Another one fight. For 10 years, I have sharpened my sword for this moment. Watch your head.
Enemy has been launch attack. Initiate retreat. Gather up the turtle.
Too slow.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
One day, I'll return to the land and burn it to the ground.
Battle
The
spell
heart
on
of
cooldown.
a warrior never forgets.
Ult is ready.
For 10 years, I have sharpened my sword for this moment.
An enemy has been slain. Let's get the Lord.
Watch your head.
An ally has slain the turtle. Your team destroyed a turret. Good game.
Distort my memories all you want. My will stays strong.
숫자만 보셔야죠.
Launch attack!
Memory is hard to capture, just like the silhouette in the mist. I'm a man with sad stories.
Killing spree! Good game! Team destroyed the turret!
For 10 years, I have sharpened my sword for this moment.
Initiate retreat!
Too slow.
Ult is not ready.
One man, one sword, same goal.
Oh, fuck you.
Initiate retreat!
The heart of a warrior never forgets.
Request backup! Initiate retreat!
Distort my memories all you want. My
Ult
will
is not
stays
ready.
strong. Watch your head. Another one. Memory is hard to capture, just like the silhouette in the mist.
Down! Launch attack!
Fuck you.
Launch attack! Layla's on her
Ah!
Be the strongest.
Our turret has been destroyed.
I'm a man with sad stories.
Request backup!
One man, one sword, same goal.
Attack the Lord! Request backup! Ult ready. Slain an enemy! Initiate retreat!
One day, I'll return to the lab and burn it to the ground. Another one fighting.
Initiate retreat! Request backup! Your team destroyed a turret!
True warriors act, rather than acted upon.
Your team destroyed a turret!
You shall see my sword before you see me.
Understood.
stories.
Our turret has been destroyed.
One man, one sword, same goal.
Initiate retreat.
The heart of a warrior never forgets.
Our turret is under attack. Oh, is not ready.
Memory is hard to capture, just like the silhouette in the mist.
Under attack. Request backup. Okay. Our turret is under attack. Attack the Lord.
True warriors
Launch
act
attack.
rather than acted upon.
You have slain an enemy. Engaged. Don't give up. Let's try again. Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Your turret is under attack. Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Under attack. Launch
shall succumb to my power.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deploy!
I shall be the end of you.
First blood!
Destruction is the start of my role.
Good game! Okay.
No one can stop me.
Enemy has been slain!
Let's see what's been
Slain!
by accident or by design.
Slain!
May my role add some fun to this boring world.
Initiate retreat!
Malum edeyim.
Good game! Enemy has been slain!
May my role add some fun to this boring world. By accident or by design, there is no difference. Let's say what's been his disadvantages.
Enemy has been slain! Launch attack!
No one can stop me.
An ally has slain the turtle!
Uf.
Mega kill!
Vur geri.
Initiate retreat! Enemy has been slain! Ally has been slain!
I shall be the end of you. Destruction is the start of my role. shall be the end of you. By accident or by design, there is no difference.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey, not bad. An enemy has been slain. Attack!
Destruction is the start of my role.
Let's get the Lord!
No one can stop me.
Your team destroyed the turret. An enemy has been slain. An ally has slain the turret. Killing spree!
May my rule add some fun to this boring world.
Your team destroyed a turret. Killing spree! Mega kill!
No one can stop me.
Victory!
The falling stars brought us here.
Smash them! All troops deployed!
I'll return the favor to the stars. Shining on the outside, yet dark within.
Request backup!
My home has long gone with those stars.
Request backup! First blood!
The stars see all, but they never care.
Rain of stars!
Stargazing is not lonely in Eruditio.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
The stars lit up a path for me and dimmed my own light. Stargazers only see the past. What I want, however, is to reshape the future. The paths of light are not in the stars, but
An
beneath
ally
our
has
feet.
been slain. Launch attack!
Shine for me! Come to me!
Request
Kind of
backup!
dream, boundlessness devoured me. And then, it became me.
Rain of stars!
Come to me!
An ally has slain the turtle. Not bad.
Come to me!
An enemy has been slain.
Shine for me!
An enemy has been
destined.
slain. Request backup.
Understood. Everyone gets to make their own path.
Rain of stars!
Celestial revelation! Stargazing is not lonely in Eruditio. Shine for me! A kind of blueness, boundlessness devoured me. And then, shine for me!
Enemy rampage! You have slain an enemy has been slain.
Behold the stars!
Rain of stars!
Meet your end! Shine for me! The paths of life are not in the stars, but beneath our feet.
An enemy has been slain. Initiate retreat. An enemy has been slain. Battle
all, but they never care.
The enemy has slain the turtle.
Shine for me!
Request backup.
Rain of stars!
Good day.
Rain of stars!
An enemy has been slain. Launch attack. An enemy has been slain.
However far, I'll reach every burning star. Rain of stars!
Enemy missing.
Come to me! Rain of stars! The stars lit up a path for me and dimmed my own light.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Rain of stars! Come to me! Me too! Shine for me!
Request backup.
Stargazing is not lost.
Under attack. Turret is under attack. Been destroyed.
My home has long gone. Shine for me!
Slain an enemy.
Go back to where you belong. Come to me! A kind of blueness, boundlessness, devoured me. And then it became me. I can't fall.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Time to look for new possibilities. Shine for me!
Enemy has been slain. Initiate retreat.
It's destined.
Just double kill. Triple kill. Great play. Request backup.
Flare!
Battle fell in the dark. An ally has slain Lord.
Behold the stars. Just another one of those stuck in the stars. Come to me!
Mega kill.
Rain of stars!
Team destroyed the kill.
Hey, not bad.
I have my destiny.
Team destroyed a turret.
Hey,
Rain of
not
stars!
bad.
The stars see all, but they never care. Shine for me!
Your team destroyed a turret.
Everyone gets to make their own path.
Monster kill.
Shine for me! Stargazer's own celestial revelation! Shine Come to me. Shine for me.
Your team destroyed the turret. An ally has been slain.
Come to me. By the will of the stars. Stellar confinement. Get lost in the stardust.
An ally has been slain.
Come to me. Meet your end.
Request backup.
By the will
Okay.
of the stars.
Initiate retreat. An ally has been slain.
Celestial revelation. Rain of stars. Get lost.
An enemy has been slain. Initiate retreat.
Back to the embrace of the night.
Initiate retreat.
Stellar confinement. I can't fall.
Request backup. Shut down. Battle Our turret is under attack.
For new possibilities.
Shut down.
Shining on the outside, yet dark within. Celestial revelation. Shine for me.
An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Rain of stars.
Your team destroyed the turret.
Come to me.
Ally has
to me. A kind of blueness, boundlessness, celestial revelation. Shine for me. Come to me. Stargazers only see the past. What I want, however, is to reshape the future. I have my destiny on my fingertips. Stellar confinement. Come to me. Stargazing is not lonely in Eruditia. The stars see all.
Destroy the turret. Killing spree.
Shine to me, celestial revelation.
Hey, not bad.
Shine for me.
Hey, not
Rain of
bad.
stars.
Victory!
Beatrix not able to follow up, even if the sets were coming out from Troll.
Yeah.
It was just so difficult, right? And the same.
enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them!
Hey, not bad.
First blood. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Slain an enemy. An ally has been slain. Initiate retreat. Let's get the turtle! Battle spell and cooldown. Launch attack! Ult is not ready. An ally has slain the turtle. Okay. Killing spree. Mega kill. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Hey, not bad.
Trying to lapu.
I would rather betray the world. This land is our homeland, and it will soon be your burial ground.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed! Good game! Good game! Good game! Good game!
1, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Defend this land! Defend our dignity!
First blood! Well played!
We will show them what we are made of! Forge onward!
Request backup!
Understood.
We will fight for our freedom!
Launch attack! Initiate retreat! An ally has been slain.
Crescent Mountains will be our best reinforcements.
Enemy missing.
Prepare for our blades of vengeance.
Double kill.
Defend this land. Defend our dignity.
Hey, not bad.
Ally has been slain.
The god of the sea will protect us from all odds. No army is great enough to withstand the storm of our people.
Phong bổ sẽ chui rồi chạy đi. Đó là. Ta phụ con một kiểu bọn nó thôi. Cho nên này.
We will show them what we are made of. Forge onward.
Enemy has slain the
왜 못해 보나서요?
Our turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Hey, not bad.
Request backup. Understood.
이제 빨리 돼야.
Our turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
이제 빨리.
Not bad.
ISF phải nè. ISF.
Under attack.
Never give in, even at the cost
Our
of
turret has been backup. Request backup.
बोका ड्याङ हुन्छ है बोका ताको आएर चाहिँ X
We will be your nightmare.
The enemy has slain the turtle.
Forests and mountains will be our best reinforcements.
त्यो रेड बार फ्युल भएपछि बेसिक एट्याकमा स्किल आउँछ अल्टमा त्यो रेड बार के भइन्छ अल्टी अनि इनिमी टाढा छ भने चाहिँ कलर पोस्ट बुझ्नै गाह्रो यार यो
We will be your nightmare.
Our turret has been destroyed. Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
कुनै लड्छ
Fight for our freedom.
नाना नाना
Our turret has been destroyed.
एक्सेस कार्डसँग रहेछ त
Enemy dominated. Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
कुनै
Defend this land. Defend our dignity.
ओइ पुन्डी मम्मी जाऊ यहाँ हुँदैन
The God of the sea will protect us from all odds.
पुन्डी
Down.
We will show them what we are made of. Forge onward.
Hey, not bad.
Prepare for our blades of vengeance.
Ult is not ready.
The body is nothing but dust.
अल्टिको सेकेन्ड स्किलले एनिमीलाई लाग्यो भने तिनीहरूको ड्यामेज अल्टीले सेकेन्ड स्किलले अल्टी सेकेन्ड स्किल अरे ओके
Destroyed. Our base is under attack.
अब छैन अब गेम हेरौँ नि त
Defeat.
लड्छ है हिजो जस्तो लड्छ त्यहाँ हिजो जस्तो लड्छ है हिजो जस्तो लड्छ मम्मीले बोलाउनु बजाउ त मम्मी सेकेन्ड गेम हो र ए राखौँ त यसमै हेरौँ है
heavy spin and the penalty zone combined all together. It's being used most of the time as a surprise factor. Look at that, another one!
Oh,
Bulex
man.
in trouble, trapped in two!
Quite a bit of heal, though. BBC's got to get out of there. Lunatic Panda gonna take the onslaught of the damage. Will go down here, most likely. Still able to escape for now. Weird gets the kill. It's a
Yo,
big
didn't know
pickup,
that.
though, here for UAE. They gotta keep it together. Again, that was a little, very... The lockdowns with a heavy spin, but that time it was responded well with.
Well, if they have lack of a CC here in the side of Nepal, you have the pickoff that you can get from Akaja. You have the Ring of Order, you have the Divine Judgment. You need to choose inside Nepal on who's to be the first target here to get out or to pick out of the competition in team fights. Because now Xerox has the Enchanted Talisman, which have or can give him more of the mana that he needs to keep on spamming it, giving it the factor nice of not letting the distance or minding a great way of holding their front line most of the time.
Yeah, and you know, you actually saw that too, where one of the great things about Leslie, yeah, Jed should be just fine here, he's Uranus. But Leslie, one of the great things about this hero is it provides vision, right, with the way the ultimate works. So if you're not shooting the bullets off, you actually get some of that vision. You can find out where the enemies are, and they can really use that information. So now, next turtle up, third one. Let's see if Nepal's able to grab it to get that clean sweep across the board. I expect the same thing here, right? They have so much CC available to them. You really got to watch out for that heavy spin setup. Luckily for them, Maserop is not here, right? He's still in the bottom lane.
7M Dan needs to have a good way of pulling out
there
one.
It is.
Oh, pinned down.
BBC's at it again. Going to be able to get the lockdown. One down. There's the crossbow of Tang. He's trying to get it off. Still going to be working on the turtle, though. Buez unleashing. Still alive. Couple of hits away. Turtle secured by Bulex. But they have to pay for it as well. Now Maserop on the run. Going to flicker around to safety. Bulex looking for two. Can't catch him, though. And it's quite a trade. UAE able to secure the turtle.
Still Nepal onto that point and securing that one. We were talking, oh, flicker out onto Weird.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah. He kind of want to be on a safe spot there because Xerox will just pull off a Gloom out. Maserop, oh no.
Maserop going to be in trouble. No way he can survive that. Does fall top side. Still holds on to that tier 1 turret, though, for now.
Okay, looking back on how 7M Dan could be the game changer of Team UAE, he was the first one to be targeted down by BBC. Pinning him down with a heavy spin, well, gave them most of the time to give on the set. Look at that Jed being burst down almost half HP, but he is our Uranus. Just keeps on going and pulling everybody off on the map.
Yep, pretty much just a huge distraction, right? I mean, that's part of the... I feel like that's just like the hidden passive of Uranus, like as a hero. He's a distraction. Wherever he is, he can usually get the attention of many, and that's what works so well about him. And you can kind of just play around that, too. If you can continue to get that focus around you, you can let your team shine. But right now, Nepal is just playing really well. They're the ones basically controlling the pace of the game up to this point, 10 minutes in. If they can maintain that into that first Lord, that'll be crucial for them. You can already see even positioning happening here. Maserop going to be going, has the help with Panda. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 2 on the top side. Goes in with the Spear of Alpha. The damage comes through. Panda will fall. Maserop is next. Can't survive it. Double kill to Bulex.
Now 6 to 8 and catching up onto the gold. 28k leading through Nepal's gold lead. Late game is the answer. Look at that being pinned down one. Taking Buez down. The marksman, the gold lane of UAE slowing down their potential, but they're not too far gone on what's missed in game on the early game.
Yeah, even with that, they can't go ahead and start the Lord up here. There was also some pushing happening up by Jed. Now it looks like UAE might want to go ahead and secure this if they can. Lord can be half health here. Yahiko given the vision. Still, there's the pull, the Divine Judgment for the BBC, but it's secured by Yahiko. And now they're on the run. Goes in with the penalty zone, not able to flicker over the wall the way he wanted to. He will fall. But still 4 members of Nepal up, plus the Lord in a huge play.
Talking about an angle of Maserop with a penalty zone, catching Bulex. Unable to contribute on that team fight. Now Nepal's continuing momentum with the Lord being trying to be pulled by 7M Dan. Now mid lane with a possible way of push. Second tier turret down. And still, the defense of Nepal remains strong. Up top, one has only been taken. Now, a lot of problems are being set up on the plate of UAE. We need to go for the wave clear. And will they make it through the mid lane or the mid-game power spike that they're talking about with their own composition? 31K up against 35.
Man, this is one of the big things too, you know, even just in terms of that first lore, the way things kind of unfolded. It's UAE, they do have some counterpunch to them, but they need to be able to just go up front with, hopefully Buez has the items that he needs on this 1-1. You know, we'll take a look here at the items in just a second, but at that point, again, if you can get a really good crossbow of Tangoff or even overloaded damage from Weird, you just saw him pick up the Divine Glaive, so it should be there, right? Right on time, Masaram picks up the Athena shield. There you go, there's the items. Let's have a look at this.
Okay, we have the Athena shield, we have the Dominance Ice, delay healing. You also have a counter for the burst of Weird. BBC pinning down Buez.
BBC comes in, there's the damage already. Yahiko has to be dealt with. 7 gonna flicker around, can't get away. Mega kill already. Bulex trying to buy some time. Lunatic jumps in, then just gets a slaughter at this point. Triple kill for Yahiko. Gonna be looking for another. Doesn't get it though. And that is a wipe out.
5 out of the game. 12 minutes in, taking down the last turret down bottom. Then there's a push from up top in the middle.
That's it.
Now Nepal is looking to take this game up against UAE, starting their momentum strong and taking game number 1.
GG, yeah, GG.
Well, like I said, man, Nepal, a team, actually both these teams, but Nepal specifically, we saw the glimpse before we had to take that little pause there from the early game, that they meant business to build momentum, right? And that's exactly what happened. They did it at the start before the even first turtle came up, and then from there they just built on it to the point.
GG Nepal, guys, GG Nepal.
12-minute game, I think it was. I didn't catch it there at the end, but just a strong showing there from Nepal, and specifically, I know we're going to talk about this a little bit here, OSX, is the synergy.
Synergy, the confidence.
Masarap and BBC.
Starting in strong.
Big back, big.
Yeah. And it's just one way of setting up momentum in the second day of IESF. First header of the day. Just complete having that grip on how they went through the game. And we're seeing glimpses on how UAE would actually bounce back. But it was the mid-game moment that they wanted to continue.
यो एक्सेस पर्छ हैन हो यिनीहरुसँग म पहिला खेल्थे यो 7M Dan अनि Jadeहरुसँग खेल्थे के
I think again, it made sense in a way, right? It was nice to see because before we even got to that draft, man, we were talking about changing up the mid lane, and it's nice to see that we have a Lilia. Although we did see, Lilia pop up yesterday, it didn't work so well, but it ended up working great here. And then we also saw Lunox. So there was a change in the mid lane, which is nice because you have kind of a different trend of the game. And this time, what I think worked out so well, too, because you have that Lilia there, again, it was the synergy being set with the way that the penalty zone works into, sometimes it was just a heavy spin.
Oh, the surprises.
Yes,
perfect.
And the way that they were able to just allow Yahiko to get to that point on the Leslie, like we were saying in the draft, where Leslie's just one of those heroes at one point in the game, the damage is going to hurt, and it's really hard to escape it, right? Because it's just the way she can kind of like move in and out. She can kind of like bob and weave in, and get a shot off, retract. Get another shot off, go back. And you get whittled down basically when you're just trying to farm. And so it's really difficult, and that's why I think we only maybe saw 1 or 2 crossbow tanks get off. Because if you're trying to get into these team fights, it's so hard to deal with, and that's what we saw from Buez here.
Yeah, and going back on the replays, 5 minutes, gaining control of the vision that Team UAE wanted to have. Look at that, the mid lane. They were trying to all on this turret, but look at that, surprises.
That was so good.
Onto the penalty zone, onto the flickers, dropping it down. They were out of defense. They were out of hand on how to bounce back from this. From action to action, it keeps on going from all of the lanes.
And some would say, this was a very Masarap game for Masarap.
Yeah.
Right? There's no question.
I
don't know why there's a question mark there, because he had an amazing game. And alongside, like I said, for a lot of those sets here, from BBC. And the thing is like, even in this case, there was a lot of fight back from UAE. There was a lot of good potential here with even this lineup that they had. But unfortunately, once everything was expended, like they just kind of ran out of gas, so to speak, right? I mean, even in moments like this where they found their own pickoffs, it was great. But still, at this point, I just feel like they really couldn't utilize the gold lane specifically. I mean, Wanwan's a great hero, don't get me wrong, but definitely if you can't get the crossbow of Tangs off, if you can't get in position to get those the points down so you can actually activate that, it's really a struggle, basically.
You're talking about how 1-1 could get the ultimate flying through the composition of the side of Nepal. One thing was missing, though, is the Ring of Order and the Divine Judgment of the Kaja. We were expecting more to be on the jumping side of how would you pull either Master up or even Lunatic Panda, because two of the members here on the side of Nepal can actually be a bait or regen out of the battle. So this is one thing that they're also looking for. They were looking for the angle on who to pick out against Nepal. And who would that be? Because every time that they jump, something gets bursted down, and they sacrifice more of the team fighting and the push that they can give, just in case they can fight back through the mid-game. So it was kind of, there's some hesitations on how the Roamer do in terms of getting that set for the 1-1.
There was definitely some hesitation. I think part of it, again, was just the bases were covered so well from Nepal. And the way that they just come out swinging, basically, like even if you have a Kaja, yes, Divine Judgment is great. It's a great ultimate ability to hopefully get that automatic -1 from the enemy team. Problem is, if one, you're hesitating, like you mentioned, OSX, and you're not able to get exactly what you need, you have to watch out for heavy spins and penalty zones.
Well, looking back on what happened in our game, looking on the numbers of our post game here on what happened in game number 1. Look at this, the damage of the side of Nepal up against UAE. Total of 2nd Turtles and 1 Lord. And all of the turrets destroyed. Defense is down and we almost half of the points, 8-16.
Just looking at the numbers here, right? Honestly, I felt like it was a lot closer for UAE in certain parts of the game. But most of it just kind of fell apart once again because you really couldn't. I mean, your gold lane just kind of got shut down for the most part, right? It was really difficult for you to work around that. And so that makes me, wonder, even with the Lunox pick, and you're hoping that you can kind of burst down some of these beefier opponents, it just, didn't work out. You had to actually use your brilliance earlier on as well. To kind of escape. So I just felt like there was a lack of firepower, from UAE. If they could have dragged this game on, it probably, let's say another, I want to say 5-6 minutes, then they would have been in a better position because then you can kind of work around that pressure that Nepal kept throwing at UAE.
The later stage, the late game.
Yeah, definitely.
The late game. You have the Lunox, you have the 1-1. All of the damage matches they need to penetrate through the Nepal. It could be the answer, but if you're up against Alilia, you would need to have that way of holding your initiation even in your HP, because as you can see, Kaja or 7MDN had the dominance ice
for UAE. So the matchup itself, you're wondering, well, Julian's gonna have a good time early game, right? Lunatic Panda should have a relative. If it's gonna be his own kind of variation of it for Bullets here.
Well, it's good to see a Julian.
So I'm wondering if we see a very similar emblem setup, possibly even, or if it's going to be his own kind of variation of it for Bullets here.
Well, it's good to see a Julian back in the game on the jungle. A debut pick here as well for IESF for day number 2. Well,
I'm sure we'll take a look at the emblem. Julian's going to have a good time early game, right? Lunatic Panda should have a relatively easy jungle time. And in terms of if he can work with that the early damage there for Julian is pretty good, but he is going to want to be scaling in, right? And one big thing he's got to watch out for, obviously, is getting caught by this Kaja pick from 7, having that Divine Judgment.
Yep. Speaking of how they start their way, Alpha or Bulex on to getting his purple, being aided as well by 7M Dan. Mostly gaining control how they don't want to be disturbed early on. Look at that BBC.
Okay, weird. That's the player. not not the situation being weird,
Yeah.
but weird, able to survive there.
That's just his name.
Had to burn the flicker early on already though, so gonna want to be a little bit careful, you know, at least for the next minute and a half. So, and because really there wasn't nothing fancy about that, right? And kind of Nepal just threw it at him there.
Just pokes, spams here in the mid lane, trying to get control of over the river here. So as they rotate, well, gold lane matchup here, we have Axe, Buiz, and also we have Yahiko, which we see a Leslie over a 1-1. Look at that, half HP. Going back to the turret. Now we're going for a pause. Nice here.
Okay, so
I say they still
point,
yeah,
right? Like, what a combination there. It did just come up here. You can see both teams kind of getting in position. You have to deal with a Uranus, right? And we've seen how just kind of annoying I feel like Uranus can be 1 versus 5ing, 1 versus 4ing a lot of situations.
Well, going back to our pause, they're level 3 on our marksmen. Both of the opposing teams now on to gaining control of the first objective. Turtle hasn't been in any attention, either from Nepal or UAE.
Well, they're going to get there, right? They're going to make their way there. It did just come up here. You can see both teams kind of getting in position, especially for Bulex. He's got that level 4 available, the Spear of Alpha. Going to be kind of working around that, but everybody is here except the gold lane. So a full-on 4 versus 4 for this. And even just looking at 7M, right? He's in position, looking for his target. We'll see if they can actually find the Divine Judgment on the right one. But for now, everybody's
Turtle
just kind
reset.
of holding on. Yeah, Turtle, going to go ahead and reset. No one pulling the trigger just yet.
Okay, speaking of pulling the trigger, there's no way that some of the members here could be the one to hold the damage right now of BBC and Masarap. So they have more damage in terms of CC and also the lifesteal, so they need something more to hold the front line now of Team UAE. So Turtle almost out.
Masarap going to jump in with a penalty zone locked down by the BBC, and they get the kill right there. Bulex will fall. What a combination, right? BBC with the setup there, Masarap jumping in too. I can see that synergy is obviously there.
Masarap talaga with a flicker. It's not yet done. Jed.
Wow.
Almost a sliver of health. In the defense of the tower. Good thing the outer turret energy shield is still up.
And knowing Uranus, he's not even going to go back. He has his ultimate. He might just stay there, regen back up. And that's what I'm talking about, right? That's the whole kind of concept. Okay, he is going to go back here. But he goes back, and actually he doesn't go back. But still, the fact is, Uranus is not, you need a lot of basically attempts to kind of make Uranus's game not so fun for him, right? And it's something that you kind of have to solve here. Already, though, big item pickup for Yahiko. Going to go ahead and lock in that Berserker's Fury already. So right now, still a lot of attention here on bottom side.
Yeah, gold lane trying to delay something. The winning condition of damage. You've mentioned Berserker's Fury. More of the items that is needed for marksman to show and to control game damage. Because if you can see the lineup here of Nepal, you have Akai, you also have the Lilia, and also you have the Julian. So one way to get that penetration is if you have that damage that you need. Because in most of the times, the 1-1 or Buzz from UAE could be in the backline, so you would want that Rage to just keep on poking him down and force everybody on a defensive state.
Okay. Even with a defensive state in mind, right, they've really kind of got to play around this. You have two pretty much things you have to watch out for, right? It's either that Divine Judgment play coming out from UAE if they can find it, or even just keep an eye for BBC, right? He's going to be looking for the lockdowns and the jump-ins like we saw from Masarap. Already getting that brilliance out, that's already going to be huge here. There's the heavy spin, going to find the lockdown. Blue Lex could be in trouble. There's the damage comes through as Lunatic Panda pick up the kill. And that's just the green light for the next turtle of the game. Also forcing Weird back. He does not have that brilliance. He's got to go back. And this should just be a clean turtle here for Nepal.
Oh, 1-1.
You got to be careful. It's one hit away. Here comes Yahiko. He's
Yahiko.
charging in. Is he going to take the risk? Goes in with a knockback. BBC going to be looking for it. There, they finally find it. Goes in the hands of BBC. And they find 3 kills now for the game, plus the turtle.
So this is a problem now if you have a Lilia. Forcing resources out of UAE. Even this space, look at that. 7M down.
Oh,
Being
no.
targeted down. Oh!
Huge flicker into the penalty zone. Gonna be able to find it. They get 2 kills in the mid lane, looking for a third. They get that one as well. Killing spree already for Lunatic Panda. And this is exactly what I was talking about, OSX. They want to start strong, the momentum going, and that's exactly what they did 6 minutes in.
Great start for Nepal now with a flicker combo. This is the problem that we've talked about in the game, that with the heavy spin and the penalty zone combined all together, it's being used most of the time as a surprise factor. Look at that, another one!
Oh,
Full XP
man.
in trouble trap in 2!
Quite a bit of heal, though. BBC's got to get out of there. Lunatic Panda gonna take the onslaught of the damage. Will go down here, most likely. Still able to escape for now. Weird gets the kill. It's a big pickup, though, here for UAE. You gotta keep it together. And that seems to be the trend here, right? So, to change this, UAE, after they pick in their next pick for the first phase here, they might just be like, dude, let's just ban out the Charizard.
Same pick, yeah.
You know? We don't want the Charizard to go through in the hands of Maserati again. We've dealt with that combination, but even so, again, you can still live on the edge of danger.
Yeah.
You have Diggy at least, right? You got the Times Journey to help you out.
You have the Times Journey for safety. Lilia is there. Now with this kind of roam inside of UAE, freely and to pair that up, well, Lancelot could still be open for them. And, well, Marksman, they're still
कोसँग म्याच
trying to get through.
पर्दैछ नेपालको रे हिजो त धोबी खाएको
You
थियो
have
रे
the Brody, we have
आज
the Leslie
युएसँग
matchup for the second phase. Well, UAE
युएलाई डोमिनेट
now
हान्ने
as you've mentioned. Is there time to do it, right?
I think
फिलिपिन्स म्यानमार यो कम्बोडियाहरूसँग अलिक गाह्रै हुन्छ नि यार
risk
दुबईलाई चाहिँ
if you will.
अलिक सक्सेस लाग्यो
Do we want to just let it through and have them possibly take the same draft, like same composition, and then we have Diggy, so we at least have that safeguard, you know, to deal with all that CC. I mean, the heavy spin alone, it's going to be much harder this time, right? So we'll see if that's the case. They could just even focus on other options, right? Especially in terms of narrowing down. Maybe they don't
यसमा हेर है गेम रक्स र ग्रिड
right? There's a ton of things they can do. UAE though, they have to really focus on rounding this lineup out because
ब्रुडीले
it's
चाहिँ
so
योपालि
squishy, man. Like it's so.
ब्रुडीले के गर्छ
You have to have beefy boys for these last 2 picks. Like
Okay.
अन्डा अन्डा लिएर जाऊ हाममा गर्ने अन्डा
and beefiness.
Utility and beefiness.
छैन
So with this, you're thinking about the roam.
जो अन्डा लिएर जाऊ अन्डा हाममा गर्ने अन्डा लिएर जाऊ मम्मीसँग मागेर अन्डा लिएर जाऊ यहाँबाट जाऊ यहाँबाट जाऊ अन्डा लिएर आऊ है
Consider that beefy.
अन्डा लिएर आऊ है हाममा गर
Hero be out
हाममा
of
गर
the protection of
ओ गुड गाय
a good one
Good
here.
guy.
Or even what can, Atlas has been open. Even Franco.
Yeah, I would
Too
love
much
to.
open.
There's a lot of
Heroes.
There's a lot. I would love to see them pick a utility jungler here, though, and I think that's why you see like even the Fredrin. It's a good thing that Nepal banned out that Fredrin, but in terms of just the lineup that UAE needs, you know, they're gonna want, like I said, one of the utility junglers. I'm not sure if they have a Martez up their sleeve if they want to go that, but still it kind of works in the way that just these three picks alone, you really want to be able to protect them, round it out, let your Brody get to the point where he can shine. At the same time, though, Brody is a lot safer, I feel like, against a Leslie, for example, rather than having to deal with the Leslie as a 1-1. I think still you struggle a little bit in terms of range, but at least you have the ability to farm up relatively safe, I would say, right? And if you can get to the point where you have the items that you need, you're almost, in a sense, when I see Brody's, I think like having torn apart memory, right? The way that it works, like you don't have to put yourself in complete danger. You're really just trying to get those marks on, and then you pull the torn apart memory. So that is relatively on paper a lot easier than trying to get the weak points off on a 1-1 and trying to, you know, get airtime basically.
Of course. So whatever the result is, let go of that ultimate in terms of getting out, because you have 2 heroes to the side of Nepal that could easily escape those kind of threats. So with all of the assassin bans of UAE, Nepal was expecting that they might use the fanning.
Yeah.
Right? Global control on the junglers of UAE. So now they might consider something different here. They take out the Esmeralda. They still have no XP laner. So opening up the doors. Okay, some beefy hero could suffice their lineup. It's too squishy looking at these 3 picks of
छैन
UAE.
खोइ अन्डा खोइ
That Esmeralda
सक्यो
last
अन्डा
minute too. interesting on that one. But still, I like it. They just take the Terizla.
Stolen.
They don't ban it out. They're like, we'll take it. That's our penalty zone.
It's our time now to do the penalty zone flicker. And responding, Nepal's like, wait, okay, they were expecting, like, they took out our Terizla. Because they're going with the same lineup in the first 3 picks, the Lilia. So now, up against the Terizla, well, Blue is still open, Lapu Lapu is still open. Opening up EXP, well, Alpha could still be EXP. A lot of good choices for Nepal to choose with this kind of composition.
Yeah, and you know, off the bat, you gotta think already. You know, what do you want to put in that XP lane? It's a Lapu Lapu, who we've seen pop up many times.
Oh, there you go.
Many tournaments, and it's paired with Lolita. So this, in a way, you know, you're forced to change the lineup that you had from the previous game. Really, it's not too much of a difference in terms of execution, right? Now, the one thing is, instead of a penalty zone, you know, and having that, you still have a stun. You also now have Lolita available to you to get those Nunom blasts off. But that's what I'm saying. Layering here is super important because you're working around the target journey, right? You don't want to like just use everything in your right on time. You don't want to use everything. We just did that whole arsenal, and then just times journeyed away. That's not fun. OSX.
No,
you know,
you don't put your eggs in one basket if you're up against a Diggy.
Yeah.
Layering of skills is the most important thing that you can do. Yet it is a Lancelot. No wonder they ban out everything.
Well,
all of the assassin picks out. Yeah. 4
Hey,
is hero
hyper?
of the jungler of UAE.
Yeah. You know, and I think it's a in terms of matchup, he's got to be able to really shine on this Lancelot pick, even if that means contesting every single objective. To the point where, like, okay, you might not be able to completely get it, but with this lineup, they should have a good shot, right? Now for UAE, you got to be able to get those objectives because snowball potential is going to be tough to work around with, right? And I just love how fitting it is that Lunatic Panda
is a Kai. Wow, matching names. Maserap in Lapu Lapu's image.
This is all planned.
Wow.
This is all just, I'm sure it's just planned.
And how would they let the personality out is just completely unique. Now going in game number 1, 11 seconds in. Now on to the composition of UAE. This could be their chance in bouncing back in this game.
Number 2.
Now layering of skills is possible, but how's the emblems now for this game?
Okay. This is what I was saying, right? It's nice. There's quite a flexibility in terms of emblems that are set up here. You've got that concussive blast. From Lunatic Panda, he's also got there's a whole lot of agility too, right? So they're really going to be working around with that movement speed. It is just, you know, is it like a lot of people are like, is that movement speed really that big of a difference? Yes, it can make the difference throughout the course of the game. That's great that they have that. Also, too, again, you know, with Yahiko here having an amazing game from game 1, still rolling with that weapon mastery, and then of course you're rolling here with Xerox. Xerox specifically, I feel like if Xerox has a similar game from game 1, that's going to be a huge thing once again for Nepal. Now on the other side, UAE, this is what I like, right? You have the Terizla this time. I like that Jed, especially because we got to talk to Jed, you know, and I feel like now that we've had that conversation with him, I could see why they're just like, Jed, just take the Terizla. Roll with it. You've got the Brace Might now. You got that Festival of Blood. You're going to show them how the penalty zone works, and hopefully they're able to pull it off here.
Well, speaking of how they start here, is a great way of slowing things down a bit in the mid lane. But if you would notice here up top, there's 2 members here present. We have 7M Dan and Buez, the Brody and Diggy, and also as well as BBC. Now, the focus is now with the gold lane, their damage output that they need to get it go for the early stage of the game. But 5 seconds remains for the first goal to pop out.
Yeah, it's at this point, there it is. Turtle's going to be up. Well, we'll see both teams kind of transition their way there. They're still looking possibly. Like I said, a big problem was Yahiko. If they can get an early kill, at least put pressure, and that's exactly what they're doing. That works best for them. Turtle's already going to go ahead and be started up here in position. They might just give this one up, it looks like. OSX. Bulek's just going to go ahead and get his buff instead. Jed's got the information, and they know they can't contest it.
Okay, Lunatic Panda or Nepal secures the first objective. This is what happens if they're up against a Lancel. This thing keeps on happening. Jed almost half HP.
Maserap not feeling happy about the Terizla being taken, but obviously Jed's not in a position where he can go 1 versus 1 just yet. You know, at this time, he's going to have to just kind of farm up a little bit. He is going to be able to regen any of the damage, for the most part, that is thrown at him from Maserap.
Yeah, and sustaining it with the Brave Smite Emblem is a great way for up against a Terizla. Now Buez has the Blade of Heptases. With this kind of item now, he could really have a strong sustain in terms of going up against a Leslie or Yahiko. Now, with the presence here of a Lolita, they can force things out with 7M Dan, with all of the time's journey. But in times of getting those layers of skills in, they need white also to consider on where could Xerox could be.
Xerox is going to be, for the most part, again, taking what he did in Game 1 is everywhere. He's still got the black shoes, taking a little bit of damage, half health here. They do find Bullocks. He should be able to get away. Numenor Blast coming in with the flicker, able to get out of it, though. Nice backup as well with the Feathered Airstrike. Going to push them back even more. And now BBC going to be in trouble. Torn apart memory will come through for the first blood. And right now, UAE setting the pace.
Good dodge and utilization of Thorn Rose there from Bulex. And Weird with the flicker, plus a Feathered Airstrike reinforcement. Talking about wrapping around those kinds of danger that Nepal set up, that's one thing that you've said. Layering of skills. If once you've missed the Numenon Blast with that kind of setup, that thing goes the other way.
It was a good attempt, though, right? I mean, utilizing the flicker in with the Numenon Blast, but still, Bulex played that well, very well. Even able to escape, you know, with a combination of skills from Lancelot, Thorn Rose, and everything else. So still, you know, at this point, UAE setting the pace. It's great. Gold is relatively even, though. So still, we're going to have to see if they can control this part of the game, transitioning to that mid. They want to fight for this turtle. Hopefully, they're able to secure this one so they have the even across the board for turtles.
Yeah, we have heavy spin from Lunatic Panda. And Akaya taking this objective could be most effective and viable to hold and even secure and pin down one.
Here comes Jed. Everybody making their way. He got the information. Already going to get zoned out a little bit here. Maserap with Bravest Fighter, already going to be secure. BBC gets the turtle, though. Do they actually still want to fight? Jed on the run. Looks like UAE is just calling off retreat here. Turtle, second one, going to the hands of Nepal.
Yeah, that was the second attempt, though. They were all in getting the second turtle for a side of the UAE. So with that kind of attempt, that was something that 7M Dan could actually be holding through, right? Denying the entry of the Bravest Fighter, but that was one of Nepal securing that part, forcing out the time's journey, and they saw that thing that they could actually be a counter and getting those objectives in.
Yeah, crucial. I mean, a lot of this micro play is working out, especially here. Nepal doing great, working with the map, but still a lot of focus on letting Yahiko farm up the best way possible, even just planting BBC up there, working around it. If they can get a kill here on Maserap, it'd be great, but Xerox already here to respond. Jed, though, went in with the penalty zone, so they're going to have to immediately call that off. Xerox didn't even show, and a little bit of a misplay there.
Misplay, used the flicker defensively to escape the possible CC of Maserap. Now up top, 3 members up against 2 Yahiko here in BBC. Well, resource was being drained out. Gold lane back again is on focus. They would really want to have a point here up against Yahiko. The problem is, if they miss up the chance there, or they might force something out from the gold lane, well, that's attention that they're looking for in terms of getting that setup.
This is relatively much slower, game overall, or I guess less violent game overall, right? There's only 1 kill so far. We're almost 7 minutes into this game. Both teams doing a great job on economy, though. They're farming up, they're working around the best they can. A lot of pressure even on both teams across the map, but so far it's all managed really well. But it might turn here. They get the time's journey out. Xerox making his way as well. Still going to be looking. They get the Numenon Blast. That's huge. Buez will fall. So already even play being made by Nepal. Conceal play going to come out. Maserap going to go in. Goes in with a flicker. Immediately takes out 7M. A huge play once again. Meanwhile, Bulex taking the 3rd turtle here. Finally able to secure one for UAE.
Forced out resources in the Chaos Times journey. You have the torn apart memory, 2 flickers used, and in Chaos, that's one you've taken back. But Jed, Weird takes down one, and that is Xerox falling down in Nepal. continuing the skirmish from top to mid.
Okay, taking a look at the items here too, you know, things are building for Yahiko. That's going to be major, especially in the damage department. Already having available that Berserker's Fury. Has a little defense as well, plus the cooldown boots to help him out. Now, big thing that has to happen, also, Xerox wants to be able to whittle people down. He's got 2 items already, especially that burn potential, right? You've got that, and that's why he's running the Impure Rage too. He wants to kind of just be able to spam things out, right? Now, Malefic Roar already being locked in for Boo as the damage is going to be there. He's got the blade, like you mentioned earlier, OSX, and things are starting to fall in place, right? But both teams, like I said, relatively even. You know, in terms of power,
Gold,
in terms of gold and itemization, they're doing really well at this point in the game. So it really just comes down to that execution factor.
Yeah, we have physical penetration present. Malefic Roar up top. Jed, half HP.
Jed? Oh, he tried. He flickered, but still went down. Not going to be able to escape that. The damage, like I said, from Yahiko is starting really to show here.
Well, going back on the item buildup of the same momentum and gold of these two teams, physical penetration spellbound present. Now they need to have good defense. Oh, BBC?
No. Bulex going to get sandwiched in. Can't escape that. That's just too much CC. And Weird comes in a little bit too late.
Using the Numenon Blast right on the turret of UAE. Missing out the chance there. It was too early to call that he won't have it set up right in the defense of UAE.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's the problem here. OSX is, like we said, layering, right? The layering of ultimates available to Nepal. Okay, the damage has to be respected. They already got the black shoes out here. Things are going to go all reset, though. Lord is now up and available. But yeah, they're already showing some of that damage in the, you know, for both teams, honestly. I don't want to just say it's one member. Buez has it. So does Yahiko. He's got the 2 kills already. So in a position here to start up the Lord.
Well, positioning. Jed could go in. Jed could hold off, but 7M Dan's threat here is still imminent. So most of the things that they can do here, but they have
BBC gonna flicker in, finding the Numenon Blast. 7 will fall. Weird on the run, can't get away. Woo! Sniper shot from Yahiko, able to find the connection. Jed will go in with the penalty zone, but no backup to help him just yet. And there you go. BBC will go back to base. They're gonna set up here, transitioning into the Lord if they can take it. Buez, though, you gotta respect his damage. They might just give this one up, unless Bulex can do some fancy footwork here to stop them from securing it. 7 also now up. Monsterop gonna jump in. Bravest fighter zoning him out. And it should be a Lord just in the hands of Nepal here.
Okay, Buez and 7M down. Good force out by Nepal, but the Lord now is being taken by Lunatic Panda. Nepal secures the objective. Meanwhile, on Weird, it's clearing out the lanes with a fitted airstrike. Now 7M Dan still holding through, but still defending onto the XP lane. Lunatic Panda also securing the waves.
Okay, right now they're going to have to just kind of be a little bit on the defense here for UAE. It's only the first Lord of the game. They should be able to clear it quite well with what they have. Again, you know, item disparity isn't that big. Gold lead isn't that huge. They're in a good position. They've got great high ground defense too, having a Farsa here available to them. They just got to make sure. They got to make sure they don't get taken down in terms of numbers, but they will lose some space to work with here on the map as a tier 1. Lord still has to be worked with on the top side. Here comes the heavy spin. Jet can be locked down. Will fall. Yahiko grabbing another kill plus a turret.
Layer of skill, layer of damage. Nepal showing dominance there and taking all isolated plays. Bulex up top as well, trying to defend and push with or take down the Lord. Buez as well. Will the damage suffice though? And the turret has been taken. Nepal pushing through base.
Gonna crash down here, still focusing on the mid. Losing space, there's the next tier 2 gonna fall. Now UAE still in the defense. Can they hold it together? Bulex trying to buy some time, clear the minions. As he does, nothing forced though from Nepal.
Okay, now speaking of being forced out, how will UAE win a setup here with all of the skills that they have? They have a Diggy, they have a Brody, they have a Terizla. One way of getting through Nepal is they need to get in with the backline or isolate them for not using the skills. So one factor here could be the target, could be BBC. The setup of the Numenon Blast could be an imminent threat for UAE, but if they want to have that way of putting him out of those team fights as they can do, they could have a way of pushing through the base. As you can see, only top lane has been taken the side of Nepal.
안 먹어요.
And with this kind of lead, could be not too far gone, but they could still worry through or penetrate through isolated ones from the members of Nepal.
Problem here is there's so many options. Jed gonna have to flicker around. Heavy spin already committed too.
No.
And as you were saying all that, that's the thing. Nepal has so many options to start fights, to peel, to counter things. And so the job here for UAE is how do we get to Yahiko? Honestly, if they can get to Yahiko, that's a huge amount of damage that just gets taken out of the repertoire for Nepal. So if they could somehow get to Yahiko, that'd be great for UAE. The hard part is actually doing that, right? Because Xerox, like I said, one of the great things about Lilia, able to just kind of plant yourself in the front, even though you're technically a mage, because you have black shoes, right? You're able to pop that if you get in danger, it kind of resets, and you get your health back. So that's amazing for just the potential to basically scout for your team and put out some damage. Now, even look at the items here, OSX, how's it going?
We have Steel-like blades present here. So on the basic ones of getting the defense for a damage for a marksman, you have the Berserker's Fury Magic Shoes, you have the cooldown, you have the Blade of Despair. Talk about physical penetration present for this Leslie that can pierce through any members of UAE. With this kind of things present, they don't want to miss any resources. But yes, Jed using that flicker for a defense, they keep on forcing everything out of this team that could be in the defensive state in terms of getting those team fights. So they might want to be careful if they want a set out of Nepal.
Yeah, one of the big things here for UAE is they get prepped up for another Lord drive into their base, is just being able to manage not only the waves coming in and clearing those out the best way possible, but not getting collapsed on. If they can do that as this next Lord gets primed up, Jed, not going to be able to find the connection with the penalty zone there, but they've got to defend, right? They have to be able to defend this and dodge either the flicker combination coming out from BBC with the Pneumo Blast or the flicker coming in from even Masarat for this done. Already concealed play going to be used. They're looking to start it up early. Feathered Airstrike going to come down, still holding on. That's quite a bit of damage already from Buez as well. They have to respect it. Still, though, Lord still marching his way down bottom. Will get the charge in unless they're able to do something about it. Most likely will lose possibly 2 turrets here. There's the charge, turret, 1 hit away. They see if they can go. Heavy spin going to come out for Panda. Buez with the torn apart memory. Won't be able to find a kill just yet, but Blue X goes in, goes down. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Lord still up here. Feathered Airstrike going to drop down. They get Yahiko to flicker around. 1 hit away, still holding on to the mid turret as they do. UAE holds on.
Can they dodge? Can they defend? Now Wave is pushing through up top. Now 2 members are out of each team. Now looking forward for the target. Now Weird here could eye on Panda. This might be their chance on on how can they turn things around. Now Jet as well is being present right now. It's the base that they need to defend, and even for the Wave as well.
Yeah, again, Yahiko so close to getting Yahiko down. That would have been massive for UAE. They could have potentially even turned, that into at least getting that tier 1 down in mid lane to open up some space for them to work with before that next Lord comes up. So they're almost there in OSX. They're making their way there, right? The damage from Buez, like I said, is already, it's a huge threat. And I just feel like Nepal knows that, and they're playing around it so well, too. Now you have a couple, you start to get in that territory where you have to work through immortalities, and even just a tankier Panda, right? Picks up the Brute Force Breastplate. You're 30 seconds away from the next Lord. UAE might just be better, once again, like I said, to just kind of stay in base, because if you get collapsed on or cut off through a sandwich play or anything like that, trying to commit to a Lord, that could be the game for you.
Yes, hold the line. Hold the line, looking back on the leaderboard. And go, if they might go back to base, could be the next one.
अब हाम्रो 3 केजीको चाहिँ 3000 को रेटमा हामीले बेचिरा हो हैन त्यसमा डेलिभरी फ्री हुन्छ नेपाल भरि अनि एसएसपी मलहरु चाहिँ हामीले दिन्छौं
on the side of UAE. That could be their answer to go up against Nepal, because the defense is still up though, and the Lord would be the one to take them to get that way of bouncing back at this point in the game.
You're going to have to pull something amazing off Jed. Already going to be in trouble. Time's Journey plus the penalty zone comes out. So they don't have that available to them. They might just have to give this up unless Bulex does something amazing. But I don't think that's going to happen here. Nepal doesn't want that potentially to turn the game around for them. So this should just be another Lord secured here. Bulex gets the information he needs, decides he can't go in there. Going to get stunned as well. Thorns Rose tries to get out. There's the Phantom Execution. Heavy spin being used as well, pushing him back. Masarat goes in with the flicker, finding the stun on 2. Still going to be going. Jed will fall. Can they get the counter punch? Bulex goes in deep, goes in with the Phantom Execution, still finding another. 2 will fall for Nepal. Bulex somehow finds some kills through that.
Canceling out the Numenon Blast.
The penalty zone comes out, so they don't have that available to them. They might just have to give this up unless Bulex does something amazing. But I don't think that's going to happen here. Nepal doesn't want that potentially to turn the game around for them. So this should just be another Lord secured here. Bulex gets the information he needs, decides he can't go in there. Going to get stunned as well. Thorns Rose tries to get out. There's the Phantom Execution. Heavy spin being used as well, pushing him back. Masarat goes in with the flicker, finding the stun on 2. Still going to be going. Jed will fall. Can they get the counter punch? Bulex goes in deep. Goes in with the Phantom Execution. Still finding another. 2 will fall for Nepal. Bulex somehow finds some kills through that.
Canceling out the Numenon Blast right on point of chaos. Nepal missing the set of UAE, and that cost them 2 members into retreat back on their base for the defense. They have the Lord, they have a push, they have a way of buying more time, but for UAE here on the damage, we have only Brody here. We have a Buez to count on and get into those damage and torn apart memories in. But will they have the time to defend on how Nepal set this up, no matter what the cost happened if they missed that set out of that team fight?
So they successfully at least take care of the Lord here. They still got to take care of a couple waves. But right now, with that whole thing that unfolded, UAE holds on. You know, 18 minutes in, they're buying themselves more time. Yahiko, like I said, that is one of the keys here for UAE. They have not been able to find Yahiko at all for this game here.
How can you reach someone who can be invincible, can be in the most protective state by Masarat? So how do you even manage to penetrate that part of Nepal's game? Either I'm counting on Jed in making that flicker and penalty zone combo to get him off by surprise, because there's always Yahiko behind the Lolita. So that's one of the that could secure potential threat out if they want to bounce back in this part of the game.
दार्जिलिङको यहाँ माछा पोखरेले गाडी त पाइहाल्छ दार्जिलिङको हैन गल्ती सल्ती जहाँ पनि
Jed here, OSX, to be able to find those penalty zones. Nice spot out with the feathered airstrike, because Jed also has to be careful. As tanky as a Terizla can be, especially with the emblems that he's running, you can, at this point in the game, you can kind of just get blasted, right? And it's really tough to deal with here, but still, it looks like UAE is able to find some of that farm they're looking for, allowing the rest of the team to get to that point where they can hopefully, you know, withstand a full-on team fight, because right now it's just Nepal looking for a setup. If they can find that kind of set, that ambush, to give them the numbers advantage. You're already seeing that, right? The 2K crits, true damage from Leslie. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the 2 BODs already locked in here. At least I know almost was item locked, right, at this point, 20 minutes in.
Yeah, almost half of the map is being controlled by Nepal. We're seeing a mirror on how they wanted to position themselves, as you've mentioned, onto the ambush play and onto the vision they wanted to give. Yahiko, keep on utilizing the ultimate up against UAE is a big factor that they can give for BBC here to get on with the perfect sets. Now, the problem of UAE here, there's no front line, there's no tank, could set up everything on their side that to counter BB's Numenon Blast. So with that kind of thing that they wanted to do, they kind of want to get them off by surprise. As Jed now has an immortality, this could set him up on getting a great way of taking 1 or 2 down from Nepal, because that's one way of starting up their team, of the momentum that start from UAE. Well, the Lord is present here. They're waiting for UAE to make the first step, while they're waiting on who makes the first one. Because again, time's journey, either you use it or they force out a resource out in you and not make the call at all.
Man, I love what Jed's doing. He's so patient, though. But Nepal's not going to wait at all. They already get the time journey out. Masarat going to go in. Also had the conceal. Going to miss the Numenon Blast. Won't be able to find it. Weird will get shot off the map. But here comes the rest. Yahiko in trouble. Immortality will be popped. Still gonna be looking for the kill. Can't find it though. And now it's all bad news for UAE. Only 2 left. Jet finally falls in 7, running for his life. Nepal with a massive play. And in just a couple seconds, they're going to be making their way into the base here. And it's only a lone Diggy. The thumbs up comes out from the Panda. Xerox clears the lane. And just like that, Nepal ends this series in a sweep. And they're showing it in style here as they work on the base here.
2-0. 2 matches for Nepal, starting it strong with a dominant game up against UAE. You're questioning how 5 agility emblems were present. Well, that's how they wrap things around. Completing how they wanted to go into the endgame. They were seeing the threat. They were beating out UAE from that moment that they might use it as a trap. They were all hungry for objectives, but they saw a better way in trapping them out and forcing all of those ultimates. And by the time they wanted to bounce back, it was too late.
Man, I loved what Jet was trying to do there, right?
Saw it.
He had the idea,
Moi sen
but it's like
se,
Nepal
joki
just
panu,
knew it. And they're like,
तपाईको